Second time recording this video. Supposed to come out on Tuesday, but you know what? I thought the original video was not that good. I was kind of blabbering around. Even though this is kind of just me talking and just giving my real opinion on things, but I kind of want to stay focused on one topic, and I kind of went sideways, and I was like, this is not enough content for the actual topic at hand. So you know what? Let's get right into it. Today's topic is the difference between being motivated and driven. So let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Tiny. I'm a music producer, songwriter, and today's topic, like I said, it is the difference between motivation and being driven. It's not a difficult topic to tackle, but it's difficult for, I think, making people understand, because it's like, unless you've kind of felt it, then I don't think you would, ever understand it. But actually, you would understand it if you would push through it in a way. I don't know. Let's talk about just motivation. What is motivation? Motivation is just something that kind of stresses you or gives you like energy to just do something, right? So that sounds good in practice, but you don't have energy all the time, do you? You come back from your job, you come back from school, and you're just exhausted. Don't really have the motivation to do anything. So probably during the summer, you know, when you don't have your job or you don't have school or whatever, you're more motivated to do other things, and you want to hang out with friends, or you're more motivated to start the business that you always wanted to start. But then at one point, even if you start that business or whatever, the energy that you had before will disappear because you're doing something so consistently. That's why you feel demotivated when you go to school all the time, right? So I had to learn this the hard way, but I had to learn how to be driven. And this is something it's kind of, like I said, difficult to explain, because in a way it sounds really unhealthy, but in the long term, I know deep down that it is healthy. It's like forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do, but all the things that I do want to do are like watching Netflix, going on Instagram, watching YouTube videos, and all that stuff is basically a waste of time, right? To me. For you, it could be, you could enjoy that, but I have like goals that I want to attain, but I realize that I can't do it through motivation. So that's where you have to kind of take your feelings when it comes to motivation and like being driven, well, actually just being driven, you have to take your feelings and put them behind. Who cares about your feelings? And I had to learn this through basically my first semester in university. It was honestly one of the toughest semesters of any school semester I've had, because I had to learn what the real grind is. One of the things that I'm grateful for school teaching me is literally being driven. And it's only in my first year in university. So at 20 years old, I'm 21 now. At 20 years old, it finally hit me, and I was like, this is what the actual grind is. Because at the end of the day, when you actually do it and you finish the job, like, you know, you get good grades or whatever, you feel good. You're like, we're done. Past is done. So then I took that, and then I was like, okay, let's apply all of this to music, YouTube, selling beats, school. And then now all my grades are B and above. With the first semester was horrendous, but we don't talk about that. Anyways, but the second semester that I just had, all my grades were above B's. So I'm chilling. I'm good. And honestly, it's as easy as, maybe it's easy to explain, but it's hard for you to understand that you have to take your feelings and all the things that you want to do, like Netflix and all of that, fuck that. You can't spend time doing that. And it hurts when you're doing it. You're like, fuck, I just want to relax and I want to do nothing. But you have to, at the end of the day, produce something. And I know I have to do it. And that's what the difference between being motivated and driven is, because I used to operate off of just being motivated. And it honestly led me to nothing. If I'm doing a reality check right now, to this day, I haven't advanced anything in my music career. The only thing that I've been able to do in the last few months was grow a bit of this YouTube channel. So I used to operate off of just being motivated. And personally, now I see that it's like probably the worst way to operate like your entire life, because that energy that you have is limited. You don't have that energy all the time. Once you start doing a task consistently, you start getting demotivated, because you're like, this is not bringing me any stimulation or whatever, because it's so repetitive. But that's how the human mind works. It just wants to be stimulated all the time. And I don't know why we're built like that, because I want to be built in a different way where I don't have to like put these feelings aside and just work. But that's what being motivated is. It's just a feeling. It's just dopamine. That's all it is. One thing that's actually helped me to stay like driven was to meditate. When I started meditating, all the thoughts and like the little voice in your head, exactly, it's the little voice in your head that's telling you to do all the bad shit. That little voice in your head kind of just goes away, or like gets like silenced, and you're just like you're just, oh shit, I actually have responsibilities, so I should probably go to those responsibilities. You just live your life, and all that stress from the inside of your head goes away. You start doing the shit that you have to do, and then it gets done, and then you have no stress. And if you keep meditating, that little voice in your head goes away, so then you actually end up doing all the things that you wanted to do, that you really wanted to do. Because I want to grow a music career. I'm trying to do something. And I guess this is a mental health video. It's taken a long time. You have to like, I guess, recognize these issues, but for a long time, I don't know. I'm surprised that like, I guess no one actually saw it in me either, that like I was just not being lazy, but I was just living my life in the wrong way, I guess, if you want. So yeah, I had to learn this through like a very hard way, and after 20 years, I am now driven and no longer motivated to do anything. So I am taking my feelings and I am throwing them aside. That's it for today's video, guys. My name is Tiny, and as always, I'm signing out because who gives a fuck about your feelings?